Welcome to Legion Builds, where I help guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. Thank you all for enjoying this channel. It really means a lot to me. Check out my Patreon today to help decide next week's character. It's a battle of the hunters from the Predator franchise. It's Naru versus the Predator. Today we're bringing in Patient Zero of the Reaper strain, Jared Nomak. Jared was the first of a new genetically modified vampire lineage known as the Reapers. The Reaper experiments were an attempt to enhance the vampire virus, destroying its weaknesses while enhancing its strength. And it worked, for the most part. While Nomak was still weak against sunlight, he was far beyond anything a normal vampire could be, but there was a horrible catch. The Reaper strain left Nomak in constant pain with insatiable hunger. Nomak's powers far exceed normal vampires in all terms. He is faster, stronger, more agile, and far more resilient to all damage. In combat, Nomak fights with sheer ferocity and brutal tactics. This brutal fighting style was even a match for a much harder trained combatant like Blade. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Sword Coast Adventures Guide, and Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. We're using standard point array to make things simple for you should you use a different method for stats, and we are multi-classing, so keep an eye on minimums. We're going to start things off with Dex at 15. Your speed and agility are unmatched by any other creature. Wisdom comes in with 14. Your physical capabilities aren't the only thing enhanced. Your senses give you near perfect battlefield awareness. Con flies in with 13. You're damn near unkillable, but you do end up dying, so you're not that unkillable. Strength will be a 12, which is pretty low for you, but we'll use a different stat for attack and damage. Intelligence will be a 10, and we're dumping charisma. You hate everyone, so you're no fun to be around. Nomak is a vampire that has been enhanced. Damp Fear found in Van Richten's will do nicely. Place +2 into Wisdom and +1 into Dex. Your base speed is 35 feet. Dark Vision lets you see in dim light as if it's normal, and darkness as if it's dim light. Ancestral Legacy grants you 2 skills of your lineage. Take Perception and Stealth. Deathless Nature means you don't breathe to live. Spider Climb gives you a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. Vampiric Bite makes your teeth simple melee weapons. You use your con modifier for attack and damage, and they deal 1d4 piercing damage. While missing half or more of your HP, you have advantage on the attack, and when you feed on a creature that isn't a construct or undead, you can use their blood to empower you. When you empower yourself, you gain one of 2 benefits. You regain HP equal to your piercing damage, or you gain a bonus to your next skill check or attack equal to the piercing damage. You can empower the bite a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. For background, take History and Intimidation. Level 1 fighters start off with 2 skills. Take Athletics and Acrobatics. Fighting style alters your fighting capabilities. Blind Fighting gives you blind sight out to 10 feet. You can see anything within this range that isn't behind total cover, even invisible creatures. Second Wind lets you heal yourself 1d10 plus your fighter level once per short or long rest. Level 1 monks begin with unarmored defense. Now when you're not wearing armor, your AC is 10 plus Dex plus Wisdom. Martial arts improves your unarmed fighting and simple melee weapons. Your unarmed strikes and simple melee weapons can now be Dex based. Your unarmed strikes and simple melee weapons may now use martial arts dice for damage, and you can make an unarmed strike with a bonus action when you take the attack action. Your martial arts dice start at a d4 but will grow over time. Level 2 monks gain unarmored movement. When not wearing armor, your speed is increased. As of now, your speed is 45 feet. Ki grants you key points that allow you to perform special features. For these features, Flurry of Blows allows you to make 2 unarmed strikes with a bonus action after taking the attack action for 1 key point. Patient Defense turns Dodge into a bonus action for 1 key point. Step of the Wind turns Dash or Disengage into a bonus action and doubles your jump distance for 1 key point. Your character level 3 now. Your Spider Climb is upgraded. You can now climb any surface, including upside down. Level 3 monks receive their subclass, and it's time to be Death. Way of Long Death, found in the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, makes you near unkillable and feed on death, so a basic vampire. Touch of Death lets you gain temporary HP when you reduce a creature to 0 HP. This temp HP equals your Wisdom modifier plus monk level. You'll get more death abilities later. Deflect Missile allows you to use your reaction to reduce damage you take with a ranged melee attack. You can reduce the damage by 1d10 plus dex plus monk level, and if you reduce the damage to 0 and catch the projectile, you can throw it as a weapon. To do so, you must have an empty hand and must spend 1 key point to throw it. Level 4 monks earn our first ability score improvement. Place this into dex for better attack, damage, AC, acrobatics, and stealth. Slow Fall lets you reduce damage you receive from falling by 5 times your monk level. Quickened Healing lets you heal yourself by spending 2 key points to roll a martial arts dice and add your proficiency bonus. Level 5 monks now have extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Stunning Strike lets you stun an enemy you hit by spending 1 key point and forcing a con save. The DC for this is based on your Wisdom plus 8 plus proficiency bonus. If they fail, they are stunned until the start of your next turn. Focused Aim lets you turn a missed attack roll into a hit by spending up to 3 key points and adding plus 2 for each point spent to the roll. Your martial arts dice are now a D6. Level 6 monks gain Key Empowered Strikes. Your unarmed strikes are now magical. Hour of Reaping lets you scare every creature within 30 feet of you with an action. Forcing a wisdom save, should they fail, they are now frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Your movement is now 50 feet. Level 2 fighters receive Action Surge. You can now give yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Level 3 fighters now have their subclass. Battle Master, found in the player's handbook, will make you a more brutal fighter. Combat Superiority grants you 4 superiority dice that are d8s that you can use for special maneuvers. For those maneuvers, Evasive Footwork lets you add a superiority dice to your AC as long as you don't stop moving for that turn. Lunging Attack lets you use a superiority dice to increase your reach by 5 feet, and then add the dice to the damage if you hit. Parry lets you use your superiority dice as a reaction when you take damage from a melee attack, adding the dice to your dex modifier to reduce the damage. Level 7 monks gain Evasion. Your dex saves are now improved. When you pass a dex save, you take no damage and half on a failure. Stillness of Mind lets you end an effect on yourself that can cause you to be charmed or frightened. Level 8 monks earn another ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat. Crusher adds +1 to con and will improve damage you deal with your unarmed strikes. Now when you deal damage with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move the creature that you hit 5 feet to an unoccupied space as long as they are size large or smaller. Also, when you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage, attack rolls against the creature are now at advantage until the start of your next turn. Level 9 monks now have an improvement to their unarmored movement. You can now run up vertical surface and across liquids, but if you stop, you fall. Well, that's not entirely true. You have Spider Climb. Level 10 monks receive Purity of Body. You are immune to disease and poisons. Your total movement is now 55 feet. Level 11 Long Death monks have Mastery of Death. When you drop to 0 HP, you can spend 1 key point to drop to 1 instead. Your martial arts dice are now a D8. Level 12 monks earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Dex. Level 13 monks gain the weirdest monk feature that I can't understand, Tongue of Sun and Moon. You can now understand any spoken language and be understood. How? How does this work? Can someone please explain it to me? I hate this feature. Level 14 monks receive Diamond Soul. You are now proficient in all saving throws and can re-roll a failed saving throw by spending 1 key point. Your total movement is now 60 feet. Level 15 monks now have Timeless Body, another weird monk feature. You now don't age or need food or water. I get the first part, but how does Ki make you not eat? Level 16 monks earn our final ability score improvement, Bump of Con for more health. Our final level is level 17 monk, and Long Death monks gain Touch of Death. you can now, as an action, use up to 10 key points to touch someone. You force a con save on the creature you touch, and should they fail, they take 2d10 necrotic damage per point spent. That means you can deal up to 20 d10s in necrotic damage, and they will take half if they pass the save. Finally, your martial arts dice are now a d10. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 12, Dex 20, Con 19, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 16, Charisma 8. Your total levels are Monk 17, Fighter 3. Let's dive in. You are hard to kill. Your total health, taking the average, is over 160. You can heal yourself multiple ways, can stop yourself from dropping to 0, can give yourself 20 temporary HP, are proficient in all saving throws, can re-roll failed saves, can reduce damage from multiple situations, you don't breathe, eat, or drink, and you have an AC of 18 and can add up to a D8 to this. You're also deadly. Your attack is plus 11, you're dealing 1d10 plus 5 damage, attacking up to 6 times, and all of this is magical. You can deal 2d10 necrotic damage with a touch and amp that up to 20d10 necrotic damage. Finally, you're incredibly fast, moving at 60 feet, can dash up to 120 feet with a bonus action, and can climb on any surface. Downside: your teeth aren't magical. Yeah, that's actually basically it. You have resource management with 17 key points and 4 superiority dice, but you can hold on to the dice till you need them, as you're already having great abilities without them. Unleash your rage on those who cursed you with eternal pain and destroy the plague that are the vampires. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. Make sure to check out my Patreon, where you can help decide next week's new character. And remember, character requests and advice on your games is always open at gonzo63rd@gmail.com. Check the link in the bio.